RVBN, The Rich Video Blog Network, home to top 10 list of everything and anything, weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, sports history, professional wrestling, MBTA video blogs, and a whole lot more. An archive of my collection is on YouTube and Facebook, RVBN Billerica, Massachusetts. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Tuesday, October 18th, 2016. Around 7:06 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. Starting out cloudy, but it's very warm. About 56 degrees outside right now, which is unusual for the morning time in October. This is where the average high temperatures are, and we're shooting up to 80 after the clouds break apart. Record-breaking heat today and tomorrow. Enjoy it because the roller coaster ride goes down. Be near normal temperatures Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. Boston Bruins beat the Winnipeg Jets by a score of 4-1 last night. The Boston Celtics creamed the Brooklyn Nets by the score of 120-99 at a preseason game at the TD Garden. The Nets look like they're going to be the worst team in the NBA this year. The Cleveland Indians beat the Toronto Blue Jays by the score of 4-2, and to go up 3-0 in the American League Championship Series. Looks like the Indians are going to go to the World Series with one more win. The Toronto Blue Jays will have to come back from 0-3 down to go to the World Series. That's only been done once, and I don't know what the odds are for that happening again. And it's happy the Alaska Day and happy National Persons Day in Canada. And that's about it on the news on the RVBN Newswire. I'll be back in a flash, coming in November to the RVBN video blogs for the personality profile. Oh, USA, USA, USA. RVBN Billerica, Massachusetts. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is my personality profile. Today's personality profile is Baseball Hall of Famer, the late great Ralph Kiner. Ralph Kiner only played 10 years in Major League Baseball, but he had a dominating career. He eventually became a broadcaster for the New York Mets, and he was with them for 52 years. Ralph was born in New Mexico, and he grew up in California. He is of German, Scottish, Irish, and Jewish descent. He played high school baseball. He was signed by the Pirates in 1941. He actually served in the Navy, pilot for World War II. When he got out of the war, he went to the minor leagues. He made his major league debut in 1946 with the Pirates. He played 10 seasons in the big leagues with the Pirates, Cubs, and Indians. He had most of his dominating seasons with the Pirates. 9 seasons, he hit 20 or more home runs in a year. That's pretty good. 6 seasons, 100 or more RBIs. 3 seasons, he batted 300. 6 seasons, he had 100 runs scored in a season. 5 seasons, he had 20 or more doubles in a year. He led the National League in home runs 7 straight years. First year he led it when he was a rookie with the grand total of 23, and he had 2 50 home run seasons, which was pretty amazing. 6 times he was an all-star, and 5 seasons he was in the top 10 of NL MVP voting. Ralph was the only big-time star for the Pittsburgh Pirates during this time period, and they were one of the worst teams in the National League, and this was a time when there was only 8 teams in the National League, and he never got a sniff of the World Series. He eventually got traded to the Cubs, and he rounded out his career with the Indians in 1955. His career stats were .279, 365 home runs, 1,015 RBIs, 1,451 hits, 971 runs scored, and 216 doubles. After Ralph retired, he became a minor league baseball announcer for a bit, and then joined the Chicago White Sox broadcasting team in the early 1960s. But his most famous role, which many people know him today, he was a New York Mets announcer for 52 years, from 1962 through 2013. Ralph teamed for many years with Lindsey Nelson and Bob Murphy on both the radio and WOR television, and they swapped roles very frequently for 17 years, both on the radio and television. And Ralph eventually became just a television announcer for WOR and Sports Channel New York. Ralph actually hosted a post-game show which became very famous, which was Kindness Corner, which lasted over 30 years. It was played after each and every New York Mets game, and it would show highlights of the game, and plus, like, he would interview a ball player. And Ralph Kiner got voted into the Hall of Fame on his 15th and final try in 1975. There was some knack why it took him so long to get into the Hall of Fame, because he kind of had a short career, and plus he did not play on any winning teams. That was a knack about him. But he hit the most home runs frequently of any player at the time, next to Babe Ruth, and he got inducted in 1975. His number 4 is retired by the Pirates. And in 1984, he was one of the first inductees into the New York Mets Hall of Fame. Ralph continued to broadcast Mets games well into the 90s, 2000, 2010, but he reduced the number of games due to having Bell's palsy, which is facial paralysis. And Ralph continued to do games when the Mets opened up the new stadium, Citi Field. He would go maybe once or twice a week to broadcast games for SNY. He would do an inning, and he kind of reminisced about the old days of the game. Ralph passed away in 2014 of natural causes. He was 91 years old. And Ralph Kiner is one of those big-time legends in both Pittsburgh and New York. And that's about it on Ralph Kiner. I'll be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+, with 2 more video blogs coming for you. First video blog will be about the classic TV series Fantasy Island, which ran on ABC between 1978 and 1984. D-Plane! And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the top 10 most famous home runs in MLB history. Keep calm, everybody. I'm Julie Button Guy. Molly Rose Blood of WCCO Locks and Nice Legs. Elizabeth Hart is so stunning. She's the best. Amy Squeezy's awesome Amy. And the Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York, such a cougar. She got the best legs in New York City. And Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet Southern accent. And in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, former principal of BMHS, this action will not be tolerated. BMHS, if I flew that at BMHS, I'd probably get detention or suspension. Goodbye.